G'day, it's Dano. I have something really important to say. For some of you that know me, I'm not a cameraman. I don't really speak around on cameras and do lives and influence and all that bullshit. I've been chasing the truth for a very long time. And I've been misled. I don't even know how to explain how I've been brainwashed into believing something. But I'm here to say the last year and a half I've been questioning things and realised that we have been taken advantage of, lied to, manipulated and deceived by many false prophets. I admit I was number one for the Constitution of Australia or the Commonwealth. Number one. For people that know who I am, I've been by Rod Cullerton now since 2017. I believed in everything we did, everything. Before that, I was even all about the Constitution back then. The arguments I've had over the years with people like Stephen Spears, Glenn Bowley, all that mob. Constitution. But in recent times, the last year and a half, I've questioned certain things, and I have now come to the conclusion we have no Constitution. And it's not a fairy tale, it's a fact. There's a guy by the name of John Krieg Ashley. He's been around for a while, quite long, probably before me, way before me. I recently contacted him and he said to me, "Yeah, Deno, you abused me so many times online when I tried to tell you." I was brainwashed. But the thing is, I question one thing in our Constitution, one thing, and this is going to be only one thing that John Ashley Krieg has mentioned, but for me it's a big important thing that you guys understand, and I believe it's one of the things that may wake you up to what's happened to us. And that one thing is this, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to tell you in a way that you will understand. And this is it. Anyone that is a constitutionalist right now will probably be old enough to understand when we had the old mobile technology analog system and then we changed over to the digital system. What happened back then was once the analog system was shut down and the new digital technology took over, your analog phone never worked no more. The analog system was terminated, finished, gone, done, never to come back again. Your analog phone would never ever work again. It doesn't work on a digital system. You needed to get a digital phone to work on a digital network. But what's happened is this. We've continued with the analog system, and that's your Constitution. Do you understand? Now, how I'm going to say it is this. He mentions it. John Krieg Ashley mentions it. He mentions it. There are two crowns two entities, two kingdoms, whatever you want to call them, it doesn't really matter. But in the preamble of our Constitution, the whole Constitution itself and the Constitution Act is reliant on the blessings of Almighty God under the crown of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland. Since 1922, that entity no longer exists. It's gone. Since 1922. What happened in 1922? Ireland went through a partition. So it was separated, divided into Northern Ireland and Southern Ireland, except Southern Ireland they called the Republic of Ireland. So King George V was the king at that time. He was the last king to be the king of United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland. But when that partition happened in Ireland, that terminated that crown, that terminated that kingdom. So he had to step out, King George V had to step out of that kingdom and step into the new kingdom, which was created, United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. There is no difficulty in understanding this. Now, I've been questioning that for the last year and a half. But the thing is, when John Krieg Ashley explained it, the way he did, and used the terminology, bring a king out of one country to another country, it doesn't work like that. You can't. They are totally two different entities. The other thing he didn't mention is, as well, is in the schedule. So under section 42 of our Constitution, it says everyone has to swear an allegiance, an oath of allegiance. And if you look in, as per the schedule, so if you look in the schedule, it has an oath of an allegiance and an affirmation. So if you don't believe in God, affirmation, blah, blah, blah. You know, I'm not going to go through that. But the thing is, there's notes there. There's a note there that says the king or queen's name shall change, something like that, from time to time. But they have to be under the crown of the United Kingdom, Great Britain and Ireland. You can't swear under Northern Ireland. You can't. Because the Constitution clearly says you have to swear to a queen or king under the crown of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland, not Northern Ireland. I'm sorry for anyone that continues this defunct, terminated system. Our Constitution is an analogue phone running on a digital system. Do you understand what that means? It's not working. And the government knows this. That's why they cherry pick it. They cherry pick what they can use. They won't let us use it because they know it's no longer valid. You know, the United Kingdom is a foreign power now. It is a foreign country to us. It is no connection to us because our Constitution was terminated in 1922. It no longer exists. It has no power. It's there. Piece of paper's there. But you can wipe your ass with it. It means nothing. You cannot replace the crown inside that Constitution with another foreign crown and power. You can't. It just doesn't work like that. I hope you guys understand this. I tried as simple as I can. I don't know. This is crazy stuff, but there is no power in our Constitution. We are a lawless state because what happens is, as John Krieg Ashley mentions, anything underneath it, and all of our laws are reliant on the Constitution, are in fact all invalid. We're a lawless state. Whatever. We're not even a state. We're nothing. Right? So at the end of the day, we are screwed. We have no power. We have no law. We've got a government that has assumed, like the Australian government has assumed power over us, but it's just a facade. The only power that's giving them power is us, the people, by actually consenting and obeying whatever they say and whatever they write. Whatever they say and whatever they write is invalid. It's garbage. It's absolute crap. None of it exists. As much as you want the Constitution to be valid, I'm sorry, it is not. Those two crowns are two separate entities, two separate kingdoms, two separate crowns. You just can't. They don't match. You don't take one king out of one country and bring it into another country, separate country. That's an example. So that also makes all of our flags foreign. So the blue one's corporate, who cares? Okay, most people learnt that. Thing is, the red one is just as bad because it's foreign. It belongs to the UK. It was returned back. We no longer have the authority or right or anything to use that red flag. 7-pointed stars, 6-pointed stars, it doesn't matter. You don't have a flag. You have nothing. You have no flag. If you want to go to protests or whatever, you're best writing on a white sheet, freedom, 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 whatever. It doesn't matter. That's the only flag you've got. There's no valid flag. This nation, as created under 1919, Treaty of Versailles, we have no flag since 1922. I don't care what anyone says. It's fact. It speaks for itself. Stephen Spears, that bloke is a false prophet. I hope you guys know. His whole agenda was to be king. Blah, blah, blah. Colour tart, blah, blah, blah. Fucking, Sue Mains, whinging, whining, Lynn Bennett's all the... You know what? All he is a false prophet. He wants to be the one. And he chose himself to be king. It doesn't work like that. He knows it. But he tried to bluff you. Right? All of Stephen Spears' followers have been misled. No idea. Right? No idea. You can't take that kingdom when it was dissolved in 1922. And that's what he's done. He's taken it. How do you do that? He's resurrected it. So our Constitution is working on an analog system for 100 years. That's how pathetic it is. I'm sorry, guys. As I said, you guys know me as, one of the greatest constitutionalist wankers that ever existed. And I'm sorry, I really apologise for that. I have a problem because I'm still associated with GAP. And although Senator Rodney Cullinan, I've always called him Senator, he means well and he's honest and good man, fighting for everyone, fighting. His legal advisors will never grasp this concept. They are good. They are really good. In Australia, you wouldn't get a better constitutional advisor than Darren Dixon. The only problem is he still hasn't figured out our Constitution has no power. And you know what? We've been at this for 5 years. We've coloured them. Why do you think we haven't gotten anywhere? I'm sorry I don't have the answers on how to fix it follow John Krieg, John Krieg Ashley. He may have the way. I have watched all of his videos. I was one of those blokes who actually abused him, whatever, back in the day. Constitution, Constitution, Constitution. But he was already onto it. But it took me this long to figure it out. And I'm sorry. There's just no ever easy way of saying it. We have no constitution here. It's invalid. And you can't kickstart it. You can't put you can't put another battery in there. You can't. It's gone. It's done. It's finished. We need to start all over again. As far as the League of Nations, aka United Nations, are concerned, we're an independent sovereign nation. That's what they classified us as. That's what international has classified us as. Don't worry about 1973 and 1986 Australia Act. They're all garbage anyway. Because they all rely on the Constitution, they're invalid. Australia Act, invalid. 1973, Gough Whitlam removed the Commonwealth and all that, and changed the Royal Styles Titles Act. All invalid. Royal Style Titles Act, 1953, invalid. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Because, as I said, we don't have any power in the 1900 Constitution because it's done. 1922, finished, terminated, gone, defunct. You can't bring it back. It's gone. So I hope this was easy for you guys to understand. I don't know where I'm going from now and what I'm doing. And it's a bit of a sad part in my life because I believed in everything that we did. Rod Cullen and, GAP. I was one of the founding members of GAP, original founding members. Senator Rod Cullen, and he was the one that founded it, but, I was part of the first team that ever existed to bring it into existence. And I've been with him ever since. I don't know. I love the bloke. What can I say? I really do. I think he's an amazing man, and the only problem is we're fighting to get into a system that doesn't exist because the Parliament and everything all reliant on the Constitution being valid. And it's just not. And it's not. So everyone follow John Krieg Ashley. He's revealing stuff all the time. But I just thought I'd let you all know how I feel. Thank you very much. Bye for now.